Most dangerous prisons in the world 2022, with pictures top 10 hardest. Most dangerous prisons in the world, prisons or correctional facilities as they are otherwise called today, are institutions where criminals are held for a specified period of time as punishment for their crimes and in rehabilitation for reforming them for the purpose of making them fit to mingle with ordinary people in the society upon their release. Back in the day, prisons did not operate systematically as they do now, but rather it was both a combination of prison and jail. This means that it was used to hold both offenders whose cases had been tried and sentenced as well as people awaiting trial, and the prisoners was a combination of adults and children. Prisons today are way better than they used to be, but in spite of the illusion of conducive prisons and rehabilitation centers, nothing compares to a truly free man, and this article is about to expose some of the most dangerous prisons in the world which should be avoided at all costs. Brief history of prisons. The earliest known prisons recorded is from the first millennia BC, with location in ancient Mesopotamia, Egypt, and ancient Rome, where the underground prisons had cells that was too small for humans, that they had to be seated in one position or bent over for long periods. The prisons in these period were almost always underground dungeons, except from ancient Greece, where the prisons were detained not in underground dungeons but with wooden shackles around their feet and in shabby buildings where they could be visited by friends and family. The most common punishment for such prisoners was death sentence or slavery, and there were special slaves in Rome who were trained to fight and kill as a business for their masters, the popular gladiators. The conditions in the European prisons remained harsh until English royalty started being more involved with their justice system. The English King Henry II commissioned the construction of first prison in 1166 as an improvement in the English justice system. This paved way for other similar actions like the Magna Carta of 1215, a legislation by King John under which no man was to be imprisoned without trial. In the 18th century, the philosopher Jeremy Bentham advocated for prisons to be held and used as penitentiary and rehabilitation centers, banned solitary confinements. Also, the Bridewell House of Corrections in the Bridewell Palace, London, is a compound name when it comes to penitentiary facilities, as it is one of the earliest to exist. Prisons as we know them today, though, became popular during the World War II, where people were detained in hundreds of centers and later killed without any form of trial. Top 10 most dangerous and hardest prisons in the world. 1. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. This prison is known for its harsh procedures and staff because it houses some of the most dangerous criminals in Russia who cannot be treated with levity. They are not allowed to rest or even sit during the day, and they are highly secured and blindfolded if they must be transported somewhere else. 2. Carandiru Penitentiary, Brazil. The Carandiru prison in Brazil, South America, is a very dangerous prison, with its angle being anchored on violence and ill health. While most prisons have issues of violence only to contend with, the Carandiru Penitentiary has lost many inmates to violence as well. 1 out of 5 of all inmates in the prison is known to have been diagrammonized with HIV. 3. Alda Ciudad Barrios. This prison is one of the most dangerous prisons worldwide, as it holds two popular gangs, the MS-13 gang and the Barrio 18 gang. The living conditions of this prison is so abysmal and lowly, yet the violence of these clashing gangs is such that even the prison guards are afraid to enter the prison, as their colleagues have lost their lives in the violence before. 4. Petak Island Prison, Russia. This prison is meant for the worst criminals in Russia, and they are tortured mentally and physically by being held in tiny cells for 20 hours per day and allowed outside contact only once per year. It holds murderers, cannibals, and rapists. 5. Bangkwang Prison, Bangkok. This prison is used for criminals who are believed to be threats to the sanctity of the country. For this reason they are kept on their minimal strength level through physical and emotional torture. They are fed once a day as well, and those awaiting life sentences are made to wear leg chains. 6. La Sabaneta Prison. This prison is dangerous, as over 300 prisoners died in 1994 and 1995 from the violent gun battle in the prison. It is located in Venezuela, South America, and is notorious for its overpopulation and grave underpopulated on the part of prison staff. 7. Alcatraz Island Prison. This prison is notorious for its prison escape attempts, the most noticeable being the attempt known as the Battle of Alcatraz, which occurred in May 1946. This prison housed some of the most dangerous criminals in history. It is located on the Alcatraz Island in California, and it has been shut down since 1963. 8. Mendoza Prison, Argentina. This prison is situated at Argentina. It is most notorious for its prison riots, which are resultant from harsh and inhumane living conditions. Inmates are made to sleep on bare floor, urinate in bottles and defecate in plastic bags, and use extremely tiny cells. 9. Diyarbakir Prison. The Diyarbakir Prison in Diyarbakir, Turkey is quite popular for its inhumane conditions. The prison is also known for child incarceration and violence from prison guards to prisoners. It is reported that in 1996, prison guards beat 10 prisoners to death here. 10. Camp 22, North Korea. The Camp 22, otherwise known as Hworyong concentration camp, was a prison in North Korea. It was reported to have been involved in serious human rights violation, experimentation, and abuse of people, including children, although the North Korea government denied its existence, and it has been reported closed since 2012. Conclusion. The brief history. The existence of prisons has been given above, alongside a few characteristics and importance of the existence of prisons, and while the present prison systems of various jurisdictions is no longer what it used to be in the time of the Romans, there are also many disadvantages of prisons, enough to act as a deterrence to prospective offenders, as have been highlighted in the features of the world's most dangerous prisons above. It is hereby recommended that every person should avoid crimes instead of seeking for rehabilitation later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and comment below to know your own view.